Okay, so Zhao Xuan, so you say, no, this is not reliable because Uncle Raymond is not gay because he's a married man. Get it out. I know you laugh, it's okay. Because this reliability example, we're going to go through as a real example. Okay, let's go through. Getting started. Okay, so always is a V approach. You have to question the resources and based on the source. Remember, children, you are now a lawyer. Rachel, Ziyi, Jialing, can you turn on your camera, please? Okay, I told you guys already many times. Please turn on your camera, all right, please. Thank you, sir. Oh, no wonder 嘉玲不要 turn on camera， 她剪头发，这么帅哥也不要剪。哎，哇，亮宁 show him his muscle. I also got muscle. I'm going for Mr. Olympus. Okay, yeah, sorry. That's how we work. All right, Yao Yi, sorry. 我看到帅哥我 blur 了. Okay. So let's see an example. Ready? We are talking about reliability. How these reliability skills can use it in real life. Hey, how come my mouse not moving? Can you believe what source A say about Joseph Aston? Ready? Take note. This is nothing to do with social study, but we are using social study skill reliability. Okay. I'm not going to read. I expect you guys to read. Once it's done in 30 seconds, I'm going to flash to the next slide. I used this in my previous school, okay? From the old syllabus to the new syllabus. Nothing to do with SS or Bei Kun and Rui Zhe and Liang Di. Stop combing your hair, Liang Di. I know you have long hair. I just quoted Bei Kun for such a nice hair. Okay, done. Let's go in source B. So imagine Liang Di, 你现在是 principal 你是 discipline master, okay? So 那个学生来的 Sir, Joseph like that fighting, Benjamin not true. Mr. Marcus saw me. Okay, so now, I was a discipline teacher also, so I have to check the cross-referencing. Ready? Speed reading, Yao Yi, you're there, 星辰还没有进来So, source C. So, Mr. Marcus, Liang Di, you are now the Mr. Marcus, I like your beard and green color one. Don't change.
I think I forgot to remove it that time.
Don't change. Leave it. Come on. This is not school. You must be freak. Okay, ready? Hey, pay attention to all the sources. So can you believe what source they say about Joseph? Joseph shouted, say, you see, Bei Kun. Joseph shouted vulgarity at Benjamin. Wrong already. So Joseph kept his cool and did not utter a single word. Now you get it? You cross-reference. This is in real life, you see. You have to cross-reference, not just like that. Qiao Xing, right? Correct, Did I pronounce it right? Which school are you from? Sorry, Justin.
Nanhua High.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Thanks. Okay. So you see, okay, ready? Why today I keep attacking Bei Kun because I'm very angry with him because he has nice hair. Okay, no, just kidding. So look here. No, I cannot believe what source says about Joseph's action. Source state that. Okay, so you have to show this cross-referencing with evidence. Always must have evidence. This is not true as it is not supported. Get it now? You must cross-reference. Then you can live up to the next level. Okay, Tong Yue and Yao Yi, Ziyi, no problem for you, I know. Okay? Ziyi, are you there? Thumbs up, please. Yes. Oh, you're eating. Okay, Bochio. You must be very happy. Spurs is now in the top of the league. Okay, no, I cannot believe what the source says about Joseph's actions. Source A states that Joseph shouted vulgarity at Benjamin. This is not supported. This is not true, as source C said Benjamin was the one who shouted. So by doing that, do you have cross-referencing? You see? Not checking Joseph, you see? Now get it, Bei Kun. 你这样写Qiao Xing, if you write like that, you still got mark. But you got no evidence to support. So Qiao Xing, for example, your elder son, your second son tells you, Daddy, God beat me. So as a father at Qiao Xing, you have to ask for evidence, right? You ask your second son, where did God beat you? Then your second son, God beat me on my hand. So if you see your second son got blue back or got mark, Then you know this is evidence, 对不对 ？Correct 了，嘉欣。But then again, it doesn't prove that your elder son beat him, right? Correct 了。Maybe 他自己 self-inflict 自己打自己吗？哇，聪明啊！哥哥 beat me, 哥哥 beat me. Then 小新 you're so stupid. You think I daddy so stupid? I got hidden camera. Then you turn on the camera and say, where got哥哥 beat you? You beat yourself. Then oh my God, you see? So now you understand. You need to cross-referencing. Without cross-referencing, you cannot prove the person is guilty or innocent. Just like a lawyer. 法官大人，我当事人没有罪。那你跟我讲哪里没有罪？ Where's your evidence? Okay? No, I cannot believe what the source says about Joseph's action. Source says that Joseph shouted, okay, this is not true. Then you again, see, hello, where's your cross-referencing to Nim Oni? Just like your second son, daddy, Kokon beat me. Okay, evidence, but how true it is? Get it now? But luckily, Xiao Xing got hidden camera and show. Or maybe another better support, Xiao Xing, your helper tell you, sir, actually, the Koko never beat Titi because Titi took something accidentally hit his hand and he broke the vase. But you say Koko beat him. 对吗 ？helper 是讲这样的话吗？他是菲律宾人，对吗？北捆 ，right? Unless you say from a British, sir, I'm so sorry because the second son, then it's different, huh? Okay, so let's move on. Third, no, I cannot believe what the source says about Joseph's action. Sources state that Joseph shouted back, hey, come on. By putting that, actually you got marks, no, Bacon. But then it doesn't justify, validate, and verify how strong your evidence is. Right? It's just like we take, for example, the recent case like Singapore. What happened was that? Oh, okay. You know about this story? I know this recorded. Recently, India was saying that the virus was sent by Singapore, right? Remember? To India, do you know that? And then even the minister said that this Delta virus was passed down from Singapore to India. And then remember this song saying, we have a vision for tomorrow. And then say that this song was from India first, then Singapore copy. Correct now? Right? Then you cross-reference to the date and year and month to prove that this song was originally written in Singapore. And then even get the composer to justify it. True now, Pekun. So eating, reliability and surprise is a most high level. So when you're surprised or not surprised, you must have the limited reliability skill as well. You see, cross-reference linking words not used, not true, as it's not supported by. I always must use the word it's not supported by. So just imagine a lawyer, Your Honor, okay, Rui Zhe did not kill Xing Yu. Example lah, Xing Yu, don't get angry lah, okay, say angry already. Rui Zhe did not kill Xing Yu. Then Bei Kun, you are the judge. Raymond, show me evidence. Because Rui Zhe, from young, he was a very good boy. He helped an old lady cross the road. Wow, 我的妈，这样也可以。Jia Ling, you say, oh my goodness, this type of lawyer, I think bye-bye, right? Correct now? Jia Ling, Liang Ti, I think you will give up on me, right? Imagine Rui Zhe is a 30-plus-year-old businessman, okay? Of course, Liang Ti is a lawyer. Say, objection, Your Honor. 他以前小时候帮那个老婆婆过马路，拿4个 A star，关他什么事？有没有杀人 ？Doesn't make sense, right? But what happened? Say, Your Honor, Rui Zhe did not kill Xing Yu because at that time, when the crime scene was taken place, was 11 p.m. Rui Zhe was in the bar having a wheel of time with 2 pretty girls drinking. Whoa! Then I will cross-reference example. The 2 girls is Yi Chen and Jia Ling. Example lah, example, okay? Okay, example. Or maybe with 2 friends sitting there. Now you understand? Then these 2 friends can justify that 他没有当时在那边. So therefore it's reliable. 对吗? Is it more reliable? Now you understand what I mean? Cross-referencing. Then you cannot use that. You see, now you understand. Just now it doesn't make sense, right? Oh, because Rui Zhe is a good boy. He found a wallet when he was in primary 6. He gave to the general officer. 这样也可以。Liang Ti, imagine, this lawyer tell you like that, how will you do? You say bye-bye to him, correct? 对吗? But say, Your Honor, sorry. Rui Zhe was in the pub with 2 of his friends, Yi Chen and Jia Ling, together at that time. But then you can say, objection, Your Honor. 可能他2个串通跟他一起呢 correct? Then you say, oh, because that time at 11 p.m., the pub there got a CCTV. And then when he decided to 买单的时候, it was 12 a.m. The computer slip, the credit card bills can justify his signature. He signed the credit card bill at 12 a.m. So how to justify? Then Zhao Xuan, the Citibank director, came and tell him, okay, Your Honor, I already verified Wei Zhe signed this. According to this, I even checked cross-reference with this signature, right? So therefore, Wei Zhe left the pub at 12 a.m. And further to that, okay, Wei Zhe decided to take his yellow Ferrari in the car park. Then Wei Zhe want to come out from the car park, but the gantry cannot open. Then he keep honking. And then this security guard called Uncle Raymond was watching drama, K-drama. They keep honking. They say, yeah, this Wei Zhe every Friday will come to this pub. Then Liang Di or Bei Kun, you are the judge. You say, can you justify, is it true that he left at 12:30 a.m.? Yes, I can justify. That was the time 我在看高潮的时候那个 drama， 他一直 horn 我，那个 gantry 不给开。So 他有是不是 and the murder scene is in Jurong and the pub is in Changi 除非他可以 teleport 去那边 Now you understand? Since this is a court case, I use this in my real classroom scenario. I'm telling them this is how you memorize reliability and usefulness. Okay? Now, no, I cannot believe what the source says about Joseph's action. What source A says differ from, okay, this is so stupid, in my opinion. It's just like I'm saying, 法官大人, Wei Zhe was having a wheel of the time, having a drink in the pub with Jia Ling and Yi Chen. So therefore, he did not kill Xing Yu. Hey, Liang Di, you will laugh, right? And what kind of lawyer is this? Graduate in Oxford some more. This kind of cross-referencing, 笑死人. Yeah, Yao Yi, you agree? Yao Yi, right? You understand? So I'm bringing it as a real example to show that when you please put, don't put for the sake of putting in, because the examiner will look at it and say, oh my goodness, straight away, they might not want to see whatever you've written and cross zero already. It's very frustrating. So you see cross-reference, no evidence from both sources. Please, tolong, cross-reference, evidence. You don't go and tell me, uncle, I cannot find, it's a picture. A picture speaks 1,000 words, 10 words speaks 1,000 words. True or not? Liang Di, Jia Ling, you agree with me? Right? 赵贤对不对？所谓百闻不如一见嘛，对吗？Sorry, I thought until so wrong, my mom shut me down. So no, I cannot believe what source says about Joseph's action. This is because it's different from the source C, which states that, oh my goodness, another one. No evidence from base source. So 法官大人，Wei Zhe 是一个乖乖的孩子，他每天陪他爸爸妈妈吃晚饭 Saturday and Sunday. Hello? What got to do with the murder scene? Correct now? But I just want to make sure that you reduce his sentence from death sentence to life imprisonment. That's all. Stupid, right? They could. Correct now? Doesn't make sense. So yes, I can believe the source says that Mr. Marcus brought the two of them to the general office. This is true, as Mr. Marcus in sources mentioned that he brought them. Brought them in general office, 也可以吗? Correct, not answering the questions. Liang Di, Bei Kun, and Xing Yu, and Jia Ling, the secretary student. I don't think your teacher shared with all these things with you, right? In the real, no, So something good, something new. You should thank Bei Kun. He requests for me to know more about reliability. So I go and dig until my slide to show this. No, I cannot believe what the source says about Joseph's action. As sources state that Joseph shouted about it. Yeah, please, I have known Joseph. I've known Joseph, and he's not that type of person. Oh, this is something like I told you, right? Wei Zhe is a good boy who passed PSLE 4A star. Therefore, he did not kill Xing Yu. What the hell is this, man? Generalized cross-reference. Don't do that. Please. Just like Qiao Xing, like your son say, Koko beat me, then your elder son, Daddy, no, I did not beat him. Because at that time, when Titi injured that time, I was studying with my friends. Daddy, you don't believe you called Joseph now. Then you, Qiao Xing, you called Joseph, right? So, Joseph, did you have doing homework with my elder son? Yes. What time? Where is it? Correct now. So 他没有不在场什么不在什么说依晨帮我没有在场的证据 right? It's not
I
there.
think it's 不在场证明.
啊，对对，我知道，我在 test 你的华语。Okay, it makes sense, right, children? Hey, please don't quote. Hey, this is in real life, leh. Because next time when you go out to work, your boss will ask you, hey, Pei Kun, Liang Di, what do you think about this? Do you think it's reliable? Can we go and do business in Africa now? Are we able to invest in Africa? Remember the story about two sons went to Africa. One of them came and said, Daddy, cannot sell shoe in Africa because nobody wears shoe in Africa. The second one said, Daddy, we have to sell shoe in Africa because nobody wears shoe. Therefore, there's opportunity. No, I cannot believe the source is from a close friend. Oh my goodness. And was given in incident. It has claims, okay, to win support. Purpose not achieved. No target audience. Reliability, talk about that so. Okay. Give me a minute. Sorry. I'm waiting. How come Xing Chen is not in? I heard he's not feeling well. Online camping, online camping. This is the first time I heard that. Online camping. Okay, thank you. All right, so let's move on. No, I cannot believe. The source is from a close friend and it was written in the incident report. Worse, he thus is trying to win support. Now, children, you know, Uncle Raymond is a policeman during a certain time. Imagine if I write this kind of report to my officer, I think I'd get scolded. Oh, because Ray is a nice boy, therefore he's 不在场的什么什么亮地不在场的证据。What do you say again?
A is 证明。
So now it's not there, right? The alibi, right? It's not there. Very stupid. My officer will say, Raymond, wake up your idea. This is not the report to write. So you see, when a policeman also we write report, we have to interview the 当事人, the victims, the compliance, and then the witness and the bystander. Just especially a case of a robbery. Okay, recently there's some case at home quarreling. We had to interview the person who made the police call. The person is a victim, the neighbor, the upstairs, the downstairs, left and right, you know, to make sure all these things. You see, now you understand how Pei Kun, right? 赵璇，明白哦，很重要哦。如果你要当警察 and by the way, all the guys you are going for NS and you're going to be officer, so that is where you are supposed to know when your officer asks you to write a report. No, I cannot believe the source is from a close friend and was written in he tasked trying to say bad things. Again, purpose not achieved. No, I cannot believe again as a close friend task is trying to say bad things. Okay, again. So they see, these are all the very common examples that you guys have made during your exam. Please don't do that anymore. Okay, and then you see, again, who? Where is the evidence? Evidence. Everything is evidence. If you have no evidence, please don't go and waste time putting it. You are making a laughing stock of yourself. Okay. Purpose achieved. That's the purpose. Cross-reference. You look at that cross-reference. See, there are 13 types. Please take note of all this. Please take a picture. For the Set 4 student, good luck to you. You might have hybrid questions. So this is quite a bit old syllabus of the SS. Sorry, you see the British welfare, all this is the old syllabus, NHF, the National Health Schemes, right? Okay, this is from the British. Because now I'm going to let you to see the example. This is how reliable is source D in view. Okay, this is a real testing for the issue now for the diversity of healthcare system in Britain. A British cartoonist on the welfare state of Britain. This cartoon was drawn in 1950, 5 years after the welfare states were set up in Britain. The figures in the prem is a typical British person. He is being pushed by a nanny who represents the welfare. I told you many times, children, please pay attention. Oh my goodness, poor boy. 一面吃一面听啊，我很感动，感激，感谢，感恩 because you really pay attention. Now, can somebody help me? Zhao Xuan, can you circle here? Circle this part here. And then circle here, and then circle here, and then circle, oh my God, sorry. And then circle here, and then the central. Always must look at the four corners. As you can see, the four corners, nothing much now, but the center here shows that this is a British guy who's sitting here. Never mind, since you are not doing that. But what does this, the facial expression shows you? Who is this lady? Who is this nanny? And who is this British guy? Now, please don't look at it as it's just a cartoon, because a cartoon speaks a picture, a picture so speak 1,000 words. It's showing the hand gesture, take notes. And why, if you are able to walk,同意摇曳 and 指引。如果你可以是一个可以走路的人，为什么你要做一个 baby plan and so squeezing? Get it? 同意 So it's squeezing the government's money. Get it? Take note 啦。你要想 So in the exam, don't scare. I never seen this picture before. What happened? So look at the facial expressions. Okay, use the AIMS. What is the atmosphere there? Okay, where is there anything interesting there to see? What motivates you to look at the pictures here? And what is the suspense that is going on for this picture? Then source E, a supporter of British. Now always remember this one here. Okay, Qiao Xing. This one, the prominence, there is treating either is a yeah. I just saw Zhao Xuan mention about my ugly wife. Shh. Give me a minute. So it's either right here. Cannot do. Wait. Okay, draw. Right there. Cannot do anything. I can't draw. Can somebody help me? Cannot draw on my. Oh my gosh. Let's see. I can draw. I cannot draw. Okay. So sorry. I don't know why I cannot work on that. Okay, sorry. This provenance, you always must have a plus. Is it a positive, or is it a negative, or is it a neutral? Neutral means like that, one straight line. So, okay, the purpose of welfare states want to show people that their needs. He wants to show them that, okay, just read. Speed reading, please. Thank you. Ethan, turn on your camera, please. Thank you. All right, done. Now, he asks you how reliable is source D in review of British. So you see, it shows that the British welfare state is abused, and it shows that a man misusing the sorrow which represent the welfare state. Now you get it out, Tong Ye. So the baby plan is representing, this is the amount I can support, please. You're such a big person, please take a bigger stroller or walk instead of making you really the poor plan is so small. So 我只能 support 你这样一个 amount. 你还在做下去，整个轮子都会 crack, right? So this is, you see, you must be very eye for detail. Okay, what you see is what you get. Eye for detail, and you must have a bit of creative imaginations. So you see, abuse and say this is implies. Okay, always use the word this is implies. This is supporter. Oh, 很难显哈. Yawn already, my dear Pei Kun. That the people is being lazy and complacent under. You see, lazy. So now you see, 同业。你有两只脚可以走，你不要走，你要 people push and ask a lady. And someone in British, a guy is supposed to be gentleman. Instead of the lady pushing you, you're supposed to be push the lady. So what will we have in turn by the state where people are lazy? That's cross-referencing. You see, Pei Kun and the rest of you Set 3 students, there is a code. Look at the code here. I don't like this one here, only one. I prefer two. You know why? 嘉玲 because 你放一个有时太小 the examiner cannot see it, get me now. So put 2, okay? 好，赵璇 Singy can talk to me now. You are alive now. You are no more dead. You are resurrected already. Okay. So take note, evidence of Pei Kun must have evidence. Okay. You understand the elements of doubt. Now, so sorry, our children. In school, you may not have enough practice for reliability skills, maybe 1 year, 3 or 4 times. Okay. I really thanks Tong Ye and some of you who hand in your homework. Okay. Even you're delayed by 1-2 weeks, you still submit to me and I mark, and this is where you learn. Because of this, when you come to exam, you only got 1 hour and 45 minutes or 50 minutes. I can't really remember. and you have the time management problem, and most of the people will stand, when it comes to this, you're stuck there. So if it's a 7 marks question times 2, you need to spend 14 minutes. If it's a 6 mark question times 2, you need to spend 12 minutes. Okay, if it's a 5 marks, obviously times 2 is 10 minutes. That's the maximum. This is how I told my students all the past few years for the Set 4 student. This is time management. All right, in school, the most you practice 3 or 4 times. Definitely is not enough. My previous school, we always practice at least 10. SS 10 times, history 10 times. Those students who do not comply, my colleague will send all these students to me in the afternoon. I will babysit them in the classroom, and they have to complete and finish up before they can go home with a time. Yes, they hate me, they scold me, I don't give a damn. At the end of the day, when they graduated, they come back, they no need to thank me, because this is how to help them to go to Poly and JC. So I leave it to you guys. If you don't want to hand, it's fine with me. I completed my study already. Okay, I just completed my 3rd diploma. I'm very proud, right? Just tell you. Okay, so this is the one, all right, example. We are talking about higher order reliability. I'm not sure Tong Ye, Yao Yi, and Ziyi, your school have been teaching you. This is the 2 source giving different views about the effectiveness of this. Does it mean one of them is wrong? The 2 source giving different views of the British, does it mean one of them is not true? So this is the question about clearing your doubts when you're cross-referencing. Okay, Jialing, can I? Because I know the Set 3 student will be a bit blurred. Always for it. Xingyi, you are Set 4 or Set 3? I'm so sorry. 4. Set 4. So be careful, huh? This is the part where you're going to earn a bit more marks on that. So you must be really clear your doubts. So when you're cross-referencing, you make sure you cross the right source to support whether it's reliable or not reliable. If you are not sure of that source, Xingyi, change to another source. Don't 死死的在那边，不要浪费时间。example， 你觉得这个女孩子不是你的 girlfriend 就不要了，换另外一个 girlfriend 不要为了一棵树放弃整个森林，懂吗？糟糕，再叫你追女孩子，不好意思。OK， 我不可以了啦，我不可以追女孩子，我追钱 ，OK？ So right, let's just joke So study source E and F, the 2 sources given different views. Now look Okay, this is the one. So just tell me, comments made in 1990 by the British, who was a labor force in the 1950s. So who was a laborer in the 1950s. So you see, a British who was a labor. So in 1950, it's just a labor. So is it positive remarks, negative remarks, or neutral remarks? Okay, so this is source D. Study source E and F, the 2 sources different view of this. Does that mean one of them is wrong? You remember? I think the Set 4 student, these are the kind of questions that you make you 头痛, 伤脑筋. Okay, based on source D, it states that the system will lead to a state. You see, code again. Source D shows that abusing the system, this implies that people become lazy. Okay, so now source E is not wrong in views about, see, not wrong. Look, Pei Kun, it's just like reliable and not reliable. So let's start off with not wrong in view of the statistics. Then it states, always remember, must quote with evidence. You confirm when you quote the evidence, you sure the examiner will be super duper happy already. I'm telling you, once I mark my students' work, if I don't see evidence, I feel like OCD. I cannot take it already. All right, you know what I mean? Must have the code evidence, please. Okay, this is true and supported by the source D, which shows that the British, okay, then is abuse. You see, supported. This implies that the people become, so it's very simple. You use the evidence, the description evidence, cross-referencing, and do this. This implies the people, and then source D support what is mentioned in source E. It's not wrong. Okay, I go back to the next one. So then you end out link, ATQ, answer the questions. I like Tong Ye, always like to do that, Tong Ye. You use the 3 magic words, hence, therefore, thus. I love it when I see these 3 words. You know why not, Tong Ye? That means I know you already understand the so, then, how. So 我跟你讲我要总结了。So 我要跟你讲this is my evidence. So 我要跟你讲this is not just my evidence, but I'm going to support. Then 我要跟你讲cross-referencing. Therefore, 对吗？对哦，给分。 就是这样，懂我意思吗？好像你儿子妈咪说啊，你叫我读书 right， then 我考到好成绩，对不对？好，走给 present， correct. So this is the level of level marking. Okay, Chelsea, you get it now? I hope I'm not going too fast. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Then I told you, you are required to check the reliability of the source and make a decision on how useful. So Pei Kun, you and your wife is looking for a condominium to stay near to your parents or to your parents-in-law because of your son studying in RI. Of course, your son must be smarter than you lah. Correct or not? 一代比一代聪明的，没有错吗？ So now your wife say, no, I don't want my son to study RI. I want my son to study Catholic High. How? Are you going to make a decision, right? Right, Pei Kun, same all of you here. In life, you're going to choose your career. Some of you next year are going to choose your poly and JC. How reliable the course that you choose will change your entire career future. This afternoon, I was selling my things in my market there. One of my ex-students came to me, was my ex-students. Okay, she just quit her job as an interior design from poly, and then he go to UK to study. She came back, and then she worked in that company for about 6 months. She decided to quit. And I asked her, hey, you study interior design, right? Now everyone also like to do interior design. Then she told me her name is Sarah. I said, Uncle Raymond, I may want to change to study other things. Then I say, 你读的东西不是没有用到咯，对不对？心语对吗？ You know what she said? No, I can still use the skill to do other things. Maybe my sideline business, to do online shopping, to give free IT ID, interior design consultation, you see? She was talking to me, no, say, wow, Sarah, now you know how to cross-reference and using reliability skill. You know, 你懂梁迪他讲什么？你三离不离什么本行啊 ？Sorry, my dog. Sorry, my dog is in my room. I didn't know that, so sorry. Okay, all right. So because there's some Grab food coming. Okay, you can go. Sorry, that's my Japanese split. So that she was saying, every time you talk to me, you have to use your social studies skills. I say this is it's real life, what? Correct, not? Okay, I think too many examples already. So I'm going to stop here. I'm going to do this one. I think I went through with you all before. Okay, this is the one, another one. Sorry, I cannot see my slide. Sorry, that stopped sharing again. So sorry. Okay, got it now. I think this is a formula, you can use that for your, this is for history, but I think Ethan, you know, right, Ethan? Sorry, today Hao Rui and Xing Chen is not in together with you. Okay, so this is another example for SRQ, Pei Kun. Okay, Zhao Xuan and the rest of you. Okay, for those history students, you can use that for your SEQ. Okay, this is the formula I created, and one of my teachers formerly was teaching in NIE as a history lecturer. So she came out another formula. I copy a bit of her formula, I modify, I come up this. Okay, so use this. Okay, Chelsea, right? Chelsea, I don't know about your school, what kind of formula they use. Some even use Sailor, some you don't use what things. So I'm using this as it describe your point, explain, later we're going to do an SRQ, and then give example and evidence. So you see there's a 3E cube. E squared, right? Oh, E cube, sorry, not E squared. So expression is a feeling magic word. I told you just now, our dear friend, I mentioned about Tongye THT. Task, the citizen, government, support, felt happy, angry. Result, what is the consequence of purpose? The result. As a result, so what happens? Singaporeans will continue to give full support and willing to work hard for. Link, back to the question ATQ. Okay, this is one of the method. So look here. Wait, give me a minute. I'm just giving this is a formula and how this formula used here. So look at the question. Do you agree that having capable and morally upright leaders is the most important factors in sustaining Singapore economic competency? You can use this for SS, history, and even your English. Is Yao Yi there? Oh, okay, I see you. Sorry. I always miss you. I'm so sorry, my dear. Okay. Okay, 贝坤你看到哦，瑞哲、赵璇你看到哦，心宇 just remember this. Don't worry about the content. Contents for SS is always very fluid. So you just know about this one. Later, I'm going to do on globalizations. Okay. You want, you can take a picture of that. No problem. It's fine with me. But please do not share with your friends. Okay. Xiao Xing, do not share with your friends. Okay. 自私一点. Oh my gosh. Whole things. Okay, if you all need this, let me know. Here's my slide. Okay, it's hang again. Sorry, hang there. Give me a minute. I restart again. Okay, this is the one just I told you. Okay, so you can do this for your practice in your essay, SS and history. So you put a question, then the first paragraph ATQ. What is it? Define the factor, describe and explain. Then give example. You see, even in SS and SEQ, even in SEQ and SRQ, okay, we have this, or even in SPQ. Then the second paragraph, you use the expression and trigger. How does it make the people feel? So what is the impact of this? So this is example. Okay, I make it smaller. I don't know what is your teacher's formula to use for SEQ and SRQ. This is my formula I've been using for my two children who are now adults. Okay, my godchildren, and now to you. It has been more than 10 years for this format. No change. More than 10 years. Very good. You have to describe the point, explain the point, then give example. 对吗? After giving example, people, how they feel? I feel safe to stay in Singapore. So as a result, I don't mind to have 3I. I don't mind to invest, to involve and innovate to help Singapore. Therefore, Singapore is a safe haven to stay in this country. Make sense? ATQ link back to the questions. Okay. No need. Okay. Set 4 student, get ready. Set 3 student, you can use it for your SS. Sorry, for your English. Now, chapter 8, what does it mean to live in the globalized world? I bet your teachers go through this with you. I'm not sure I go through with this, Dong Ye. Did I go through this with you? The set 4 student singing you ma? 没有啊? Now, what is globalizations? Okay, sit back, relax. It's all about the 6T. First, we are talking about chapter 8, whether is it technology, MNC is more important, or what is this? Transport is important. Now, in the globalized world, we are talking about the technologies to link to transport so that the transaction can do import and export well with all the country in the world. That is called transnational. Regardless of the third world or the first world, we want to transform into a world that is able to be connected become a global village so that we can transfer the knowledge so that people is able to trade at the same time to train. Now, do you know that some of my students that is also from China and from other parts of the world to come in for trainings? Okay, why? Because of technology. Because that training is now becomes right now, if you know that the word is called paradigm shift from an old school to a new school. And because of that, people will come in. Like now, you see, because we have the information at hand, it's so convenient 24/7, 365 days, unless the internet break down. Tourists now no need to go to a travel agency. Agree or sing it? Right? And now because of that, the the tour agency had to be 焕然一新，对吗，亮弟？焕然一新，别出心裁。That means you have to, correct?
Can I go toilet?
Come, let's go together. Leave them alone. Come, let's go. Okay, go lah. Let's go. Okay, so I cannot. 嘉玲，你对吗？现在你要去旅游，你不用去找一个tour agency 对吗？你可以自己去 online Google what see Airbnb. Have you heard Airbnb? 小新 have you heard Airbnb? Correct. 被困有吗？ So you rent the Airbnb, you can read. This guy who create this is brilliant. It's earning a lot of money, but Singapore doesn't allow. Okay, that means your house rent out to tourists, backpacker, to rent a room instead of staying in hotel. You see, this is technology and transformations. So 请问你大家等一下我讲完 take note please. Is it transport technology or MNC? Which one is the most paramount important in Singapore? Question number one. And which one is the most important in the real world? To me, ladies and gentlemen, I will choose technology. Because technology has transformed from the industrial revolutions in the 1900s when they start to open the Suez Canal, when they start to invent the steam engine, when they start to invent the rubbers and the tin. That is why they create World War I and World War II. That is why people are hungry for the fine material. Sorry, for the fine end, the manpower, money, machine, and material. That is why, because of this, from a ARPANET, which is used for the Cold War, it becomes the Internet World Wide Web. Because of technologies, people start to hungry for power, hungry for knowledge, and workers are free to groom about to choose the best working condition for them. And tourists is able to find the latest information on the web so that they know which country to go. They can book their own hotel online, their airplanes tickets, even book their free and easy car. Like my brother-in-law went to Australia and New Zealand, they booked the car and travel. Not for me. I'm a very gassy person. I will never do that in overseas. 我是真的是井底之蛙的家里. You ask me to do that? No. I'd rather get somebody to, even when I go to Beijing twice, I will get somebody to drive me, even to go to Gugong or Changchun. You ask me to drive in Beijing, I tell you, die, man. No way. My friend go Beijing, it's like nobody business. I think it's been there 10 over times. Even in Malaysia, I have a car. My car is really never been to Malaysia in my entire life. I'm so scared. So you see, why even my brother-in-law say, hey, Raymond, why you scared? You got GPS, you got follow. No, I don't trust. That is me. No matter I have the best technology, I don't trust. So because of security reason. Please take note. Did you realize all the T? I don't think your teacher will show you all this. Okay, you realize trade also training. Like, don't believe? Let's go. Now, technology, you must trust it. Because of technology, you don't trust. We have the last chapter called the cyber security, right? Correct now. Which is the last topic that you guys don't need to do, correct now? 对吗? The scam, the hacking, right? Yaoi, correct now, Yaoi. The last topic, Ziyi, you know, right? And who else? Razor, you should know, So all these topics, but don't feel happy, I'm telling you, don't be so, wow, last topic, no need to do, I got student came back to me, uncle, wow, the last topic seems quite important because one of them went to cyber security in the poly. Okay, so please read out. For your future, please read out. Don't escape this topic. I don't think it doesn't do good. It's shortchanging. It doesn't justify you. It doesn't do justice. Okay, anyway, let me explain why technology must be trust. Because if you don't trust, you get hacking. Because I graduate in the business IT world. Okay, I do firewall in the real world for my company in Fuji Xerox, in Siemens. Okay, and that's how I went to Beijing to set up for the Nokia in Beijing for technology. And the transport, we are talking about teamwork. Transport is it's called ALS. Anyone can tell me? Yao Yi, what is ALS for transport?
I don't know what's ALS.
不要跟他们讲，是 called 海陆空。嘘，不要跟他们讲。Yao Yi, tell them what is 海陆空 in English?
Air and sea.
Hello, air, land, and sea lah.
Air and sea.
Clever. ALS is called air, land, and sea. You see, clever, huh? Well done. Transport is not about just transport, no. You talk about air, land, and sea. So, Yao Yi, if you are a businesswoman and you want to ship your goods, say perishable good, that means got expiry date, say from Singapore to China, will you prefer, okay, don't say China, say maybe in Thailand. You know, Thailand, we still can use land, transport 嘛，火车哈。sea 就是当然是海 ，air 就是空运的。Which one will you choose?
Air.
Okay, which one do you think is the most expensive?
Air.
Why?
Because the airplane fuel is more expensive.
Okay, but that's not the main reason. Your customer say, hey, Yao Yi, how come my goods still not deliver? I already pay my tax and tariff already. Okay, we are transnational, we must be fast. Okay, you are transforming from a third world to the first world. Why your Singapore so lousy one? You don't know, man, the air trade is better, but when you give me sea trade, example, but why air freight? I bet your teacher shared this with you. Yao Yi, correct? And if you are going to Poly, studying logistics, supply chain management, you have to explain to your boss. So, boss, by air freight is faster, even though we have to pay a higher tariff and tax. But nevertheless, okay, because it's a perishable good, the customer wants it within 14 days because they're going to sell out a very grand wedding. And this flower is special, only Singapore have. That is called the orchid. 无机花，不是花，懂吗？所以它要特别。别出心裁 So this is where you 空运比较快，虽然是贵一点 but the customer willing to pay. So you have to analyze the transportation fee. You have to tell. So this is where you come in your reliability and usefulness. This is where you come into your DERL. You describe to your boss or describe to your customer. You explain to them so they feel 比较安心一点 then they feel, oh good. As a result, I don't mind to pay a bit more because the outcome is I'll get nice fresh flower for my daughter's grand wedding because I'm a billionaire. Money is nothing to me, right? But you do sea trade and land transport is that you deliver to Thailand, maybe to a lower income people or to the middle incomes businessmen who will mark up the price and sell it to the rich man. Now you get it? The air, land, and sea transport. Is it important? Because it involves multinational corporation. It involves the technology used. Because you will track, by tracking, I like to buy things, a lot of things now in Lazada. And now because my boss is Indonesia, she will always send a lot of eco-friendly products to Singapore. So I will always get SMS and what's the SMS? Oh, your thing has been shipped from Jakarta. Oh, your goods has delivered in Singapore. Oh, this Ninja van will be coming to your house. Then my customer called, Raymond, my disposable straw, is it ready to deliver to my restaurant or not? So I find that now you understand, Yao Yi, I find that technology is important, especially in this 21st century. We are talking about fast and furious. We are not talking about slow. 那个是爷爷的时代了，它可以慢条斯理，可是现在不可以，对吗，飞棍？你慢条斯理做鸡蛋糕完蛋了，你不用做生意了。It's a very competitive world. That's why you're learning this topic. It's because you're preparing you for your future. All right, so let's go, okay? I bet you all know about this, right? Yao Yi, do you know? Tong Ye, do you know about ASEAN? These are the country, okay? So which country do you think now is the most problematic? Anyone can tell me? Xingyu. 赵璇不见了，亮帝又不见，亮帝去厕所。赵璇 become a girl， 依晨也是 become a girl。Oh my goodness, these two， 嘉玲，他们读到变成女孩子了，哎呦，幸亏你还是男孩子。乔欣 ，sorry 啊 ，this is how I teach。 I hope you can get used to it. Okay. Which country has the most worry parts here? In which country would you not want to go to invest? This is MNC, right? Which country? Bei Kun, which country will you choose not to go?
Let me think. I forgot the name.
在这边有1、2、3、4 Of course, Singapore 你不要讲啦。You are now in Singapore. From 2 to 11, which country you would not want to go?
Uncle Raymond,
Have you heard of
I don't
East-
think you
East-
are screen sharing.
Sorry?
I don't think you're screen sharing.
Huh? Can you hear me?
Yes. But
Which country will you
I-
not go to?
I can't see the screen.
You can't see the screen. Eh? Oh, so sorry. I thought what happened? I didn't share. So sorry. I thought okay. Now,
Oh, then Myanmar.
Myanmar. Okay. Chao Xing, have you heard of East Timor-Leste? Hey, please, you all don't play cheat. You don't pretend use your handphone and Google. You think I don't know? Okay. 同样 you know East Timor-Leste 啊？你有去过那个地方吗？
My teacher got taught about it before, I think.
Yes. In fact, East Timor-Leste is more dangerous than Myanmar. In fact, East Timor-Leste is actually part of Indonesia, but they asked for independence. All right, so they have the best natural resources. But actually, there's one more country not inside. It's called Papua New Guinea. Have you heard of this country before? Tong Ye? You go and Google. It's just above Darwin, Australia. Now, Papua New Guinea, sorry, 被困. For example, 你女儿要嫁出去了，你的女婿不是要给嫁妆哦，对吗？ For Papua New Guinea, 你要3个人头，听好来，3个人头做嫁妆。Yes, I'm serious. This is how the tribes in Papua New Guinea works. 他们是杀人的 ，It's carnivorous. They kill for it. 姚毅 is scared 哦。Imagine 你的未来的丈夫给嫁妆给你的 daddy 3个人头 ，How will you feel? Right? Of course, thank you. It's okay. I prefer diamond ring, please. So Papua New Guinea, you don't believe, you can Google it. A lot of Singaporeans went there because of natural resources. But they don't do anything to the tourists and the foreigners. Even the police there also got problems. Most of them are Christian. But because they come from a very, very primitive 土人的地方. So Myanmar, I know is very bad. Oh, so before that, were you able to see this one? Just now? Huh? This one? Then you should tell me. I've been talking and talking. I thought because my computer. Okay, so sorry. Let's see this one. Hey, please, next time when I talk, you don't see anything, please tell me. Okay, also my fault. Okay, so this is the one, chapter 8. Tong Ye, all the Set 4 students, please pay attention for this one, okay? So we are talking about technology, transport, and MNC. So definitely to me, technology. So you realize you will not share this in your class one, to be honest. So this is for you to remember the 6T. All right, so let's talk technology, transport, transactions. That means we are talking about the foreign exchange currency. Transnational 就是国家与国家的地方。OK， 赵璇懂哦？赵璇，你从房间跑出来客厅啊？
My Wi-Fi just died, so I just reconnected.
Oh, I heard my wife. Lucky you say my Wi-Fi. I heard my wife asked you to get out of the room. So I didn't hear the word my Wi-Fi. I heard my wife. Then you didn't say fine. 我以为你老婆赶你出来，不好意思 ，Uncle 老了，耳朵有问题，不好意思，大哥不好意思。Lucky you say my Wi-Fi. Lucky you not trans. Okay, Rachel, don't laugh like that. Okay, so transformation. Third word to first word. Remember the underdeveloped and developing country transfer of knowledge. Remember about the skill future. Okay, skill future. Must take note. This one is important. Skill future. Okay, and then the trade. Okay, because of all these, you have trade. Because of all this, there's a training of workers. Now, because 旧的对吧？新的不哎，旧的不去，新的不来，对吗？一晨，我那个书呆子不见了。一晨，不用紧，亮弟也不见了啊。嘉玲，对不对？来，旧的不去，新的不来。So there are some jobs is being obsoleted, no more already. So we have to use robot to replace. But instead of using Roblox to replace, now just like now $300, if you don't return your plate, there's new job. It's called those ambassador, right? Will find you, correct now? So you have to do training and up skills. Now remember right now, learn, relearn, and unlearn. So tourists is the one way, is the cash cow that bring monies to every single country. Without tourists, good luck to you. Okay? Especially Singapore need tourism. And tourism is the country that is the things that connects. So later we do a SRQ, you will understand why that you all got immersion program, right? Tong Ye and Yao Yi. You know those, 为什么哈? Xingchen and the rest of you, why do we need to bring, my previous school is all the Korean students come to my school. And then one of my teachers, she used to stay in Korean, but she's a Singaporean lady. She can speak very well in Korean. And that time was Shiny, Super Junior, and Girl Generation. Now it's called BTS. Okay, so I call RTS. You know what's RTS? Very good. Raymond the cute, super good. Okay, don't laugh. Okay, never mind. We carry on. So now you understand. Stop it, Zhao Xuan. I know your Wi-Fi is working now. Your Wi-Fi is working. Okay. So what happened that this student come from Korea? What do they learn from us? Sing it. Rachel, Xiaoxing, all of you. What is the beside culture? They can do online,
the way we do stuff.
Yeah, they can do online, correct? Why must they physically fly all the way from Korea to my school? And then my student all the way to go to, you know where? To Korea to see the 38 parallel, you know, Tong Ye, the demilitarized. So, do you really go and feel it and see it? 难道不可以看 YouTube 咩？为什么要亲自？我知道啦，百闻不如一见, but why must really go there? Why? Anyone can answer me? Yeah, I cannot be the one keep talking, right?
To experience the
Very
place.
good. Very good. It's really experience. You feel the real life experience. Very true. What else? There are only 3 girls here. There are so many boys. Your gentleman style, lady first. Wow, you can. This is the gentleman style. Well done. Yao Yi, why do we need to have this kind of experience?
What experience?
Why the foreign student come to Singapore, then you go to foreign countries? Like, you know, my school, they'll bring the basketball players to go to Xiamen, to Zhuhai, just to play 1-2 basketball. They do online lah, COD also can what? Correct no? Basketball. Why they want to go all the way to Xiamen and Zhuhai or what to play, or Shanghai to play a basketball, and then stay in the school there? True not? Why? Why? Yes, I agree. What Tong Ye say, experience. What's so big about experience?
Promote cultural exchange.
Which Rachel say that? It's true. But we can do it online. We can say hi right now with COVID. You can do that, right? But why?
Like you go experience it by yourself.
Okay. Which is Tong Ye say, what else? The most important thing, besides experience.
Making friends.
No, seriously, honestly, if I can tell, if you ask me, if you guys are so good, I know it's recording again. If you can, please don't study in Singapore University. Go overseas and study. I'm not saying Singapore University is lousy. Don't mistaken. The best is go overseas, experience the things that Tong Ye is saying. The most important thing is not just the culture. The most important thing is that you learn the kind of really priceless, not just the experience, the things that you never do in Singapore, and the exposure that is very important, and the personal touch with the real person standing in front of you. I feel that it's very different, because all these foreign students, including yourself, next time when you become adult, when your company asks you to go and invest in that country, you have been there. It's just like Julius Caesars. I see, I hear, I conquer. Okay? You must be physically walk the talk. You must be physical to start off. Just like I'm working in Gochisu. I throw the rubbish, I clean the table, I mop the floor, I do the serving. You must know to be a top manager and the top boss, to be a good king, you must start the lowest to the top level. So you feel it. That's where you are. Look at this one. The technology, you must trust it. You must really experience. Like, I know some of you like Python. I don't like programming. So I don't know how it works. Transportation, just now, like Yao Yi was saying, like air, land, and sea. Transaction is tax and tariff. Now you can see, okay. Transnational, Pei Kun, you can see now, all right. Then the transnational, expanding the national boundary. That's what Tong Ye said. You need experience, exposure, and the exchange of culture. I agree, Rachel. It's definitely important. But the most important thing is that because you want to have the right down, you want the real personal touch. Okay, the real personal touch. Never more important than you go there and feel it. Zoom and the face-to-face is totally different, I'm telling you, okay? Next, these are the country, East Timor-Leste. Take note of this one. Sometimes they will come out, they ask you not how many countries, they don't tell you how many countries. So this is the one. Now, do you realize that I've been using A, B, C, D, E, F, G? So what is global definition? Rachel, from this one, you see I'm using A, B, C, go.
Globalization is about ability to broaden your country in many defined territories to exchange for goods and services in a formulated manner, like foreign exchange currencies, through government involvement in a holistic manner.
I use this. Get it?
Yes.
So in exam, children, don't scare. Social study is not a history. Even you can use Hitler. Say Hitler has the ability to broaden his country in Germany to define territories by taking Poland, Austria in exchange for the power of the Nazis' power in order to formulate a manner for the best Aryan race in Europe, in order to get the best governments to govern the whole entire of Europe. You see, I can use Hitler. Pei Kun, you do history also? Geography. You can use that. Okay, for example, we can say river is about the ability to broaden both country. 对吗？ River 就是楚河汉界。有没有玩象棋啊？象棋是不是有楚河汉界？ My son very cute, Daddy. How come the chess got river there? 哎呦我的妈！ Then 我跟他讲，哦，那个是给人家钓鱼。Okay, so you see you can use that. Okay, thank you, Rachel. 赵璇. Okay, so I use A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Then what are the impact of globalization in the country of the world? Let's start with I now. 赵璇.
Ideally, it will be beneficial to all countries in one way or another, as it depends on how government implementing the foreign policies to show advantages or disadvantages. To impose tariffs, taxes, and trespassers, illegal immigrants.
So okay, thank you.
Wait,
sorry, wait, give me a minute. I just want to explain this paragraph here. So you see, what is globalization? Ideally, see, I'm using the AI, and then we are talking about all this here to say that, you see, when we do business and trade, transnational transaction, this one cannot miss, because there's this thing called 3 alphabet, start with F. Anyone can tell me? 3 alphabet only. In order to get rid of all these 3 things. Start with F. Chelsea, any ideas? Start with F. 3 alphabet. Anyone who's going to do business next year in Poly or in JC? Singapore do that recently, signed with America and some of the world. Free trade agreement. Got it? Have you heard this before? Chelsea, free trade agreement? 没有啊 ，free trade agreement 就是说我们不用 tariff， 你的东西卖在我国家，我的国家卖东西给你，没有 tax。But Americans send a lot of things. Okay, no tax. That's why you got other. You see, American only do FTA, free trade agreement, only to certain country, right? But because of certain countries are anti-American, but they know there's a big American market, they will use Singapore as a base. 明白吗? Then because of that, only one thing that Singapore will not take from US. You know what is that? We brought a big thing come up. What is that thing called? You chew, then you blow a big thing. You all never eat that one? Ah, yes. The bubble gum and chewing gum, they cannot sell in Singapore. They say, you talk about free trade, how come I cannot sell bubble gum in Singapore? Then the government say, sorry, that is my rule. I don't sell chewing gum, it's illegal. Now you get it here, illegal, not illegal immigrants. Carry on, Zhao Xuan. How can globalization help the world in the 2020 and beyond?
How can globalization help the world in 2020 and beyond? Just to show how it works, it will depend on how government, MNCs, and SMEs are going to use the 5T to help to keep abreast of the political, economical, and social platforms.
So abreast is to keep Singapore in advanced stage. Sorry, it's supposed to be 6T, okay, not 5T.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Jialing.
What is globalization and what are its main driving forces? Globalization is the process through which ideas and activities of people in different parts of the world become interconnected, internetworking, interchange, intertwined, and
Intertwined
and international, leading to greater interdependence between developments in the world and local developments.
So in case you lack of word for globalization, set for students, interconnect is where we are using technology. Internetworking is where the MNC brings Starbucks, Nike, Adidas to different parts of the world. Interchange, we are talking about our dear COVID-19, where all the scientists come together to come the vaccines, to exchange ideas to prevent the pandemics to reduce into the epidemic. And intertwine means that we do not have boundaries. We not only exchange ideas, and we also exchange expertise, and to make sure that we are on the same path. Take, for example, Singapore and Malaysia's relationship like that. Why? Because we need to intertwine in order to show that the world, sorry, not the international, to show that the world that we are good neighbors, definitely we are, so that we can have, so most of the time you realize Singapore, all the foods come from Malaysia. That's the nearest. But we cannot put all eggs into one basket. Therefore, we get from Indonesia, from Thailand, from Vietnam, from all parts of the world. That's what we call international, leading to a greater interdependence. But then again, you see, we Singapore depends a lot on international help to intertwine with all the food supplies, the materials. But then we also must contribute in one way, like for example, when India needs oxygen tank, even though they criticize us that we bring the virus to them, even that Indonesia say that we are the little red dog. During the tsunami, we bring the SAF forces to help to evacuate the victims from the tsunami's Torrance area. So this is where we are putting ourselves as a small country. We contribute internationally in terms of capability of military, as well as economy, as what just now Zhao Xuan was saying, political, economy, and social. Which is the most important? I think I always believe political is the most important. So if you have a lousy leader, the whole entire nation will crash with you. So to me is that 没有国, what the hell am I reading in Chinese? 没有国就没有家, 对吗? So I always believe in this. So now you know, understand that Chinese, sometimes you can use your Chinese to convert this. Anyway, social study is not locally, okay? Okay, development and transport, all this you can find it in your textbook. So improvement, make the size and speed. So now transportations using, like, remember Yaoi, I think you will remember for the rest of your life, right? ALS stand for what? Airline and sea. With this example, you confirm, you know what is 海陆空三军啊？听过吗？中国有海陆空三军啊，现在美国都要看了。And you all know what is aircraft carrier 呢？不要点头哦。I got student 点哦，他讲什么 ？Aircraft carrier is aircraft carry things, carry goods. Oh my goodness, aircraft carrier carry goods 带东西不是这样啦。Aircraft carrier 就是航空母舰 to bring the planes, right, to fight, right. So they are history students, they cannot understand that. So remember that. So Yaoi, you understand the air, land, and sea concept already, right? So transportation is it important now? You see, you can have the best transportations. But that doesn't mean you can deliver the good well, right? Remember, you need technology, 对不对? Right? And then, of course, the technology also depends on what multinational company. Now, Ziyu, will you prefer to get someone to send goods by the company you don't know, or you prefer DHL? Let's say your good is 4 container, very 40-foot container to deliver things like maybe from Taobao, from China, you deliver to Singapore. Will you prefer DHL or just some name that you don't know? Which one do you prefer? And this good is cost about $1 million. Ziyu, are you there, Ziyu? You're still eating? Okay. How about Tong Ye? Which one do you choose? You know what is DHL, right?
Yeah.
Because DHL has the best technology, correct? Tracking system, right?
Yeah.
Will you feel more of a peace of mind?
Yeah.
Even though you pay a bit more expensive, right?
Yeah.
买一个保险, right? Now you understand why? I choose technology over transport and MNC. You must choose the background, which is more important. Okay? Ken? Xiaoxing, you understand? There's no right or wrong answer. If you say no, I think transportation is more important because we talk about experienced people who handle the goods, nothing wrong. Okay, if you say no, I choose MNC because this is DHL. The biggest company definitely will have the best transportations with the best technology. 没有错吗？心仪对吗？ Correct or not? So it's how you play along with these 3 topics, just in case for the Set 4 student, okay? The growth of MNC, we all know that this is the MNC world in the future. Even SME companies like BreadTalks also now go overseas. So any companies that is from SME promoted to multinational corporations out of the country will be multinational company. So I don't find any big deal as long if you are able to venture out of the countries. Definitely now, not only just have the money and venture capitalists supporting you, but at the same time, not just a sheer luck, but also with the best technology to help you to make the difference. Just like now you're going to Poly or JC next year, you want to choose the course, or not only that, you must know whether they have computer lab to support at the best technologies to support your courses. Or do you have the internships after the 2nd or the 3rd year to join a certain company for an internship? And then if you go to JC, what kind of projects, what kind of the school environment they have? Okay. Makes sense, huh? So like I say, I would always choose technology over transportations and MNC. So again, keeping in mind globalizations, may I choose. Chelsea, can you read this paragraph, please? Keeping in mind.
Keep in mind, globalization is here to stay for a very long time. So either you live with it or live out from it. Manage your 5T well, and you will be able to get new things in your life. Open up your eyes to look forward for new ventures. Positioning your stand well in a global economy is very important to quickly respond to survival.
Do you like 三国演义, Chelsea? You know 三国演义?
Yeah.
Yeah. 诸葛亮, right? Cao Cao, right? They also look in terrain, right? So when they fight, they also have the best political. And when you have political, you have to use the manpower, which is the army, the management, which is the general, the machines, of course, the weapon, the money to buy the weapons, and the materials, that is the food, right? So you realize that in this globalization world, that this topic we are talking about, not only you have to open your eyes to look like Yaoi, now you open your eyes, now you have to see which is the most critical, first in, first out. It's because your good is perishable, got expiry date, the flour, correct now? So you need to do that. But if you are shipping furniture, wood, there's no expiry date, right? Correct now? Of course, because it's very heavy and bulky, then of course there's no ETA, no estimate turnaround time. Then it's okay for you to ship it by sea, 对吗, Yaoi? Right? If your customer say, 不用紧啊，老板娘，只要 end of before Christmas 你可以 deliver 可以吗? And you know, from Singapore to Thailand, it's only maybe take less than a month, correct now? Unless you say from here to North Pole, correct? That's a different story, right? Or from here to Alaska, get an idea? So this is where the technology comes to check your GPS, right? Make sense, huh? Thank you, Chelsea. Who else? Tong Ye.
Taking a small step at a time is usually very hard for a small country like Singapore to show virtue to all her citizens and foreign counterparts. As Singapore has to make wise decisions and must create the X factors for herself to suit different environments, Singapore has to yield and zoom up the economy every year, if possible.
Okay, I think, thank you. Like last week, right, Mr. Lee Hsien Loong was giving a national rally, and I told you after the class, I have to go and submit the reports. And I realized that, you see, as a small country, not only have to take care of the citizens, when the world, and Singapore is also part of United Nations, and we also have to contribute one way or another, just like Afghanistan recently, right? Our SAF flew all the way there to evacuate all the Afghan people out of the place to on the other humanitarian grounds. So it's to show people with this COVID-19, the pandemics, people look at Singapore in a different perspective. So when people when people have 3I, Chelsea, which is the first one, when people want to invest, to involve, and to innovate, the first thing that comes to your mind is to think of Singapore. The first thing they want to put their children to invest their future, you think of Singapore. Because the Singapore governments and the people make a wise decision. When we are told to put on masks and social distancing, vaccinations, all these things, we follow because we want to show virtue. You see, social study is not just like that's the cover, the shell, but the internal is the software and the hardware, the hard singer and the hardware. These three concepts must be together to make globalization for Singapore to be vulnerable to the world, to show the world that please come and invest in Singapore, involve yourself because we have no xenophobia, because we are a diverse society. We have CURVE, right? Remember, we have a good culture. We are unique. We have the rights to have the religions and race, and we also we have values, which is virtue. At the same time, we want your expertise, your experience, and we have the best educations. And all of you sitting here are the future leaders. Okay. So this is an example. This one, all these things, I would. When you're going to your JC and Poly, take note, you will learn this, okay? Well, this is abstract, so I'm going to stop this one here. Now look at this, Angelina, by my students who do the essay. I think some of you are Chelsea, maybe you're a bit blur for this one. Never mind. Okay, I'm not going to read out. I just put it like that. You read yourself. And tell me whether this is recorded, because I'm going to show her. She always say, Uncle Raymond, I anyhow mark. So tell me whether is it good or not. You know the question, right, Tong Ye? It's in the Google Classroom, remember? Okay, in case you forget, never mind. This is a question. Okay, Chelsea, maybe you take a look here. Is it this one? Yeah. Remember? Bei Kun, are you there? 你没有交水电费啊？为什么这么大？ Okay, Chelsea, you read the extract 1, 2, 3 already? Then the question, just in case if not, you will blur. Okay, this is extract A and B. Very good. Now you understand the 8 marks one? Or extract 2 and 3. So 哪一个是最重要？是 diversity of 这个还是这个？ To me, I always believe in culture. Okay, I always strongly believe in culture because culture is deep rooted. 就是那个根。It's not about, some people will argue that, no, I disagree. It's more on the research and they were saying that, what is it? Exchange of skill and knowledge is more important than the exchange of appreciation of culture. So is culture more important or skill? So to me, culture is more important than skill. That's the conclusion. Get it now, Pei Kun? Okay, so let's go back to the answer of Angelina. I got one student say they use F and N, right? Food and nutrition, right? To have cultural exchange with another school. For example, the student come from Italy, so they will use pizza. And for Singaporean, you can use nasi lemak, or you can use kuo tie, or you can use what else? The roti prata to exchange. So you got pizza in your Italy style, we got using roti prata also can. Okay, so please read. Because this is the structure response questions by my set 4 students. And by the way, she has a special needs. It's called ADHD. You know it's ADHD, right? Xingyu. No, I also don't know anyhow say one. Am I? Wait, you know it's ADHD? Also don't know. Zhao Xuan, I also anyhow say. ADHD. American, Denmark, Hong Kong, Denmark. ADHD 就是你坐立不安 is like a deficiency. That means you cannot sit still. You have to move about. You get lack of concentration. Okay, it's called ADHD. Have you heard before, Yao Yi? Have you heard before? Ziyi, have you heard before this one? Okay, that means you will see sometimes your classmate cannot sit still, have to move about. This is Uncle Raymond. Okay, I'm a bit of ADHD. Okay. All right, can I move up? Tongye, for you, this one, no problem. What you need to do, you just submit your essay. You can see the answer there. You can change. You can use CCA. You can use F and N. You can say coming out from a Singlish lesson that is a different culture. Maybe this group of people, the foreign student, you can say from Japan, from China. From China, they can teach them Sufa, calligraphy, correct? For Singapore, you can Singaporean kids maybe teach them, I don't know, maybe origami or something like that about Singapore's culture. Her handwriting is nice, right? Tongye, her handwriting is nice. She took about 40 minutes or so to write this essay of Pei Kun. 40 minutes. Really sit there and watch her to write. But as usual, she cannot, she write halfway, she'll start to fidget. Okay, then I say, Angelina, pay attention. Okay, when I see big means you're not clear. Please, in your exam, children, never put day. Xiao Xing, don't put day. Must be very specific who. Don't put the day. If not, you give the examiner, excuse me, what are you referring to? So I hope this essay will give you some idea. And I expect you to hand in this homework, okay? I've been waiting for this homework. I know some of you are having prelim, so you got no time, right? Yichen. Liang Di. Are you there, Liang Di?
Oh yeah, I forgot to on the camera and back. Okay, sorry.
Oh, I thought you're still in the toilet with the camera there. Yichen 不见了啊, Yichen. Yichen there. Yeah, I don't see Yichen. Okay, let's move on. Oh, okay, Ethan, can, sorry. I got some student after the jam, blur like that. But I don't see you, Ethan, where are you? I think Ethan cannot take it anymore. It's the second jab because make him not so well. Okay, set 4 student. Yao Yi, do you think it's reasonable to give her this mark or not? Tongye, you agree or not? Ziyi, you agree or not? You agree, thumbs up. Rachel, you agree now?
Agree what?
Agree that I give 6 out of 7 marks for this SRQ question 2A. Yes, I agree. Okay. Now let's look at B. Pei Kun, take note. So this is my another students. Give the comments to her. Okay, so Pei Kun, there's one exchange and appreciation of culture, one paragraph. Then the skill, another paragraph. So please read this. So I really give you an answer in advance already. So there's no excuse and no reason that you don't know how to write. You just follow this format and do it, okay? Using the DEERL. You see the word unique, remember the CURVE curve that I used last week lesson? You're supposed to read, because after that, I'm going to show you the real answer from the markers. So Pei Kun, you see this one here? This part, right? You're supposed to the next paragraph already. So there's a skill. Because the question asks for culture and skill, 对吗? So 这个是第二段. Remember just now I say, which one is more important in your life? Parents' love or grandparents' love? Remember? That's the one. Then finally say, oh, in fact, my grandparents is the most important love to me because they give unconditional love to me. When I was young, my parents do not give birth to me, but most of the time they went out to work to eat a living. But my grandparents are the one who 无微不至的用心良苦的照顾我到我懂事的时候Then they went back to China. It's true. Without your grandparents, you might be turned out in the rotten apple, right? Correct now. 变本加厉，对吗? So because of grandparents, 哎呀 boy boy come 奶奶抱抱 correct now. 爷爷带你去玩 So this is the love, the unconditional love that I think is so priceless, right, Pei Kun? I hope with this example you remember well how to write. It takes me a while for engineer to write like that on paper. About 3 to 4 months like that. And because of that time, they were having these inter-school volleyball competitions. Take note of this word, Qiao the word called paradigm shift. This word, super good to use. If you were to use this in your essay, your teacher will be very amazed for this word. Paradigm shift 就是从旧的做法换成新的做法. That means the old school of thoughts transform, remember the T, transform and with the new technology into a new one. The last time we were using typewriter, right? Xiao correct now we're using computer. Last time we used bicycle, now we got e-scooter, correct? That's called paradigm shift. So you see, sorry if I'm too fast. So, Pei Kun, you see, this is in my opinion, this is a conclusion already. I feel that exchange and appreciation of culture is a more important benefit in a diverse society. Now you get it? If the different race cannot have tolerance of each other culture, no matter what best skill you have is useless. We take example of the racial riots, right, in the 1960s in Singapore. You think about George Floyd in US, the Black Lives Matter, right? Remember the US recently? So you see, US are such a developed country, they fly the rocket to the moon, to the Mars. So what? Internally, the cultures, the internal security is not stable. Correct or not? You see, then people will understand how you write. You see, even until the last line, you see, she actually can write here, but you see, she even extend it. I give 7.5. There's no 7.5. Usually, it's full mark is 8 marks. I purposely give her 7.5. She's going to scold me on that. In fact, she did already during the Zoom period, the Zoom that time. Okay, so now let's look at Claire. Look at the answer here. Pei Kun, this is one example, second example for 7 marks. So one way, another way. Ethan, I know maybe you are tired, but if you can, when you view in the YouTube, please remember to take note of this, okay? Liang Di, I remember that day you are asking me about your test for SRQ, right? Is it something like that?
Something like what?
The SRQ, the test that you have.
Something like the one you're showing now.
Yeah, is it SRQ? You don't know your test is SRQ or SPQ?
Oh, it's SRQ and SPQ.
Both
For end of year lah, but
no. That test that time you got the,
that one is
A1. SRQ,
That was source based one.
Source based, okay, so this is not different. Hey, please read. Seriously, this is a real format exam. That you're going to come out in end of year for Set 3 as well in your O level. Not many teachers show you the modern answer by the marker, okay? I leave it to you. If you don't want to read that, okay, this is a real one, you see. You see the difference? Pei Kun. When you answer like that, just now it's only 4 marks. But when you add all these things, it's a different. What happened to you, Zhao Xue? You are using a handphone. What the天? You're so hot. I know you're hot. I'm not, okay? You're so hot. Okay. Then must I put your eyes over there? You're so hot. I'm not. Okay, that's the answer. Okay, Pei Kun, got it now? I hope you do a bit of speed reading. Then you see the 2B answer here. Remember, there's a thing called A star, write down. Bonavista, the A star, these are all the scientists, biopolice. Please Google and check the A stars. These are the top people who go there, and I know some of you will be there. It's very good profile for your future career if you are there. And my elder son, during the secondary school time, he was attached to something like that. And then when he graduated, he completed his study in uni and look for a job. He sent this one. It helps a bit in his resume and job search. So whatever you can in real life, take some volunteer work, attend all these courses. Remember just now I was talking about the inter-exchange. The last one is called the H1N1 flu vaccine. That was a long time now. You can add in such as COVID-19 vaccine. So social study is always involving, okay? And then finally, this is the conclusion. Pei Kun, you see there's a conclusion. If you need to go back to the next page, let me know. If not, I will just end here. I haven't received any homework from you from this.
Government can go back to the previous page.
Okay, let them finish this one. All finished already? I did mention a biopolis ISTA just now.
Okay.
Okay. Now you're more confident, Peikun. Confirm can pass already, trust me. Okay, those of you, I really show you this, and if you don't use this, adopt and adapt this method for your coming end of year exam for Set 3 students, and for your Set 4 students, if you're not going to do that, I don't know what to say. The best to enforce, enhance, and ensure that you learn, the best is submit this homework for me to validate and verify it and check so that I know you're on the right track. That's all. With that, wait, somebody is asking me something. Zhao Xuan, are you okay? You're also not feeling well. Now that I see it. No wonder you take your fan there. So you're hot. Are you okay? You went for vaccination, huh? No, okay. All right, I'll stop there. Any questions, children? Xiaoxing, any questions so far? I hope you can catch up. You know, today you learned the reliability skills. You learned about the SRQ skills. You learned about the DERL skill. You learned about the Set 4 issue 3 skill. All right, and what else? Okay, that one I don't show my Set 4 student. I just realized, sorry guys. This is the one here, okay? Issue 3, chapter 8 to 11. So we are talking about the work. We are talking about workers with 6T, not 5T. So oversee import and export, research and development, resources of high-end manpower, money, machine, material, and management. Then leadership, diplomacy, I think it's chapter 10 or 11. Then this one is confirmed the last chapter, defense, okay, in cyber physiology. So this is the one. Okay, so yeah, and then we talk about the curve for diversity. And I remember I showed you this, how it works last week. So this is the curve using for diversity, then invest, innovate, and evolve to help to increase profit, productivity, peace, progress, and performs the best for every citizen and as well to help others. And then this is the homework, right? That's all. Okay, I will stop my recording here.